Gary, ikaw lang daw walang understudy.
Oo nga, hindi ko nga alam. Si Paolo kasi sabi niya walang budget eh. And then, no, I'm not sure if Audie had other plans or has other plans. But yeah, when Paolo said that you wanna do it, and I said how many performances? Because there'll be about 10 shows. Okay, who's my alternate? Then he kept quiet. Just you. You know, while I feel that I still can do it,
You can!
then I'll do it. I mean, it's tiring, even if, but emotionally kasi it's draining. But I don't mind being drained for something like this.
What's so special about this? You already gave up a lot of other projects.
Yeah, that's the discussion that I had with Angeli. Lengthy. Gary, you're gonna give this up, this, that, and I have an office to run. I have bills to pay as well. But somehow, this doesn't come very often. I did it in 2022, and then now again, I don't know when I'm gonna do another musical. If at all, I'll be doing another musical. But when it comes to things like this, where the stories are as authentic as can be, because it's not made up, we can add a little something that doesn't take away from the story, but it's as real as can get, and the timing of the musical for what's been going on in the world today. I felt, I think I should do this.
How much did you enjoy the way? Kasi on stage, kanina parang kitang-kita, ramdam-ramdam ko yung enjoy pa. Kamusta po yung stage?
Many of them are new, but many of them were with me the last time. And the last time was right after the pandemic. In fact, our first night had to be canceled, our first weekend, because somebody got COVID. So wala na, di ba? But we've grown through that. And the enjoyment is not just what's on stage, but even the rehearsals. Mapahansel ako ng mga schedules dahil I need to be there to watch. Why? Because when you're watching how they communicate with each other, kahit hindi ka kasali sa eksena yun, you're already getting the kind of characters that each one is doing. And many of them are my sons so I need to adapt to how they are. And you have to know the background of the sons also. Who was really special, who cared for Joseph, who did not care about Joseph. Kasi split yan. Iba-iba yan.
Do you have a specific scene that's your favorite?
There's a particular line that I have that I was allowed to add. It was before I sing like Father, like Son. It's when I go, Joseph, God is using you to remind me that there is hope, even for the worst of us. And Jacob, that's just a part of his story, but he was really not a very lovable dad. He ended up becoming that way. But, yeah, so when I say it, sometimes I'm tempted to look at the audience and say, even for the worst of us, may pag-asa pa rin tayo, ha? Parang ganon. But that's my favorite line.
Pinasingit mo for this.
It's kasali, but then they took it out. Kasi masyado daw mahaba bago ako kumanta. Sabi ko, sige, pwedeng ito na lang. Okay, Dad, how are you gonna do it? Here's the intro of the song. Do you have time? I said, yeah. I'll just say, yeah. And Joseph, and I could say it now in any way I could. I could make up my own. So it could be, if there's one person who reminds me, it's you. You remind me that there is hope.
I'm curious, sir, in your personal life, have you ever experienced playing favorites among your children? Having playing favorites among your children?
Among my children?
Diyan si Joseph, di ba?
There are moments kasi. It's not like favorite na all-time favorite. There are moments. So, when I go to the US, and I'm in Kiana's house, because she takes us in, my favorite yan. When I'm with Gab on stage and we're performing, or when Gab makes me laugh, ano yun? Paolo, when we talk about movies, when we talk about musicals, when we talk about his children, they're my favorite grandchildren because they're the only ones I have. But there's really because you know why? In my family, we're 7. There was no favorite. And even if you kind of sense there was reason for it. My eldest sister was like, wow, she became our favorite also. But my kids know, although I'm telling you, Paolo and Gab will say, are you crazy? My dad's favorite is the girl. It's Kiana.
Thank you, sir.
Si
Paolo din ba yung director ng second pandemic right after?
Yeah. Yeah. He was the director, he was associate director of the 2020, the pandemic. And then 2022, siya pa rin. Pero natamaan pa rin kami ng pandemic. So we had to cancel the first weekend and then extend up to one more weekend for those who missed out. And then this one. But this one is the solo director talaga.
Never ko ng deeper understanding kung saan nagagaling si Jacob as a father. Basta may iba kayo sa performance ko.
Okay, some time ago, I did a vocalization of all the characters of Joseph for a project that I did for Pray.com. Okay, it's a prayer app, you know, and it's subscription based. But I'm there, and I have the entire story of Joseph. It's not a musical, but it deepened because in that story, it shows how close Jacob really was to the Lord. In fact, there's even one scene there, if you listen to it, where Jacob is about to leave and go to see Joseph. And he's worried because why? He's in Canaan. And it's already all set up na. His grandchildren are on the beach playing. He's old. He's several hundreds of years old now. And he's gonna go see his son in Egypt. And God visits him. This is in that story. And God tells him, Jacob, what are you worried about? I have seen you through all these years. And in the end, when you see your son, he'll even be the one who will close your eyes when it's time for you to go. And my voice as Jacob there wasn't here. It was I had to portray that. It wasn't a musical. But because I read page upon page upon page, it made me realize, wow, you should hear it.
Sabi ko, every line ni Gary this time is just Mario.
And then Paulo said, Dad, I don't want you to act like an old man. Okay? I don't want, because Jacob was supposed to be old. Dad, I just want you to be you. The way you are with us at home. The way you are when you're young. Yes.
End of interview.
Wait, no, but that's Paulo also was a lot.
Stop talk.
So last question, how are you still able to dance the way you do?
Yeah.
Kanina sabi ko, paano mo naging palya si Gary?
No, but you see, I didn't dance much. It was just that portion.
Still.
So I choose my battles. I
Pero
choose the
still
levels.
still as Australia
Yeah.
and New Zealand concerts.
I have a
Next month.
next month I'll be in Australia, New
US
Zealand,
tour
and
pa.
then a US tour in October.
Full concert siya. Concert.
Basta't kaya pa, sige, game.
Kaya.
Thank you.